Have you ever brought something home from the thrift store and immediately questioned all of your life choices? Today, that's this chair. It's made out of solid wood, it has great bones, but it's been well off. And now I'm debating, do I keep this thrifted chair or do I keep the one I already have in my living room? The plot twist, they both need cleaning. And today I'm going to show you the easiest way to refinish these kinds of chairs. Sometimes we can be overwhelmed when we look at fabric and back away from taking a really cool looking vintage chair. I'm going to be refinishing it right here inside my home. So don't go anywhere and stick around for today's makeover. And if you're new to the channel, there's something you must know. I love thrifting, and it just comes with the nature of the job that I do, which is refinishing furniture as a small business. I mean, I've taken you to Mexico, to those small shops where they sell secondhand items, which is really a new thing to see down there. And one of the goals that I set for myself when I started the business is that I wanted to have every piece in my home to have been refinished with my own two hands. I'm happy to say that about 95% of that has come to pass, with the exception of the chair that I'm sitting on. And as you may already guess, it's really hard to keep light colors clean. I'm gonna clean this chair. We're gonna clean the one that I found at the thrift store, refinishing it. I'm gonna be keeping one of the two chairs. I am hoping that the one that I thrifted ends up working out in my space. Probably one of the most intimidating parts of tackling a chair that has fabric is how to clean it. And that's why today I decided to partner with UWANT. I'm using the Y100 steam and multiple spot cleaner here. It's not only gonna get the fabric squeaky clean, but also smelling super nice. It helped me take this project from this to this. But before I can get started on cleaning the fabric in both chairs, I'm filling in the tank with room temperature clean water by lifting the cap and pulling the clean water filler plug aside. The water tank has a max fill line for clean and dirty water on the side, so I just need to keep an eye not to exceed any of those. By turning the knob, you can choose a water temperature or the steam setting. I don't expect a mess, but I'm putting this pad just in case. UWANT has its own spot and stain remover. I'm just gonna be spraying it on the trouble areas, which is this one here, as you can see, and the one over there. We're gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and use our steamer and cleaner. So we have the main brush here. These are all the different attachments. This is the steamer connector, and this is the steam crevice brush, your steam round brush, the self-cleaning accessory, and finally the fabric brush here. It has some bristles, very soft ones there. Since we're going to be cleaning a larger area, I'm starting with the larger brush. For the water setting, I turned the knob to the hot option to help lift any stains. I'm gonna be focusing on the areas that are showing signs of everyday life because I have two teenager boys at home that insist on dragging food outside the kitchen. And this is why I think tools like the UWANT Y100 are so useful, not just for big messes, but for maintenance cleaning, especially with a light color furniture like this one. There's the one stain, the darker and larger one, kind of in the middle of the seat that's being stubborn. So I'm going to be switching my attachment to something more heavy duty. I'm going to be switching the attachment. You just have to click here to release. I'm going to be using the steamer for the tufted areas and for my problem area. First, I want to scrub that problem area because the stain is not coming off. Started to get really excited here because the stain is disappearing before my eyes with a bit of brushing and steaming. So excited that I started to lightly scrub the rest of the chair. There were some crevices and folds in the fabric where the round brush couldn't reach into. For those, I used the steam crevice brush here. It works so well that I'm feeling really accomplished today. The next morning, I spotted a couple areas that I had missed to scrub the night before. So I went ahead and took care of those. And I can't wait to show you the after because I'm really impressed with the results. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think in the comments of the before and after on this light color chair. I'm going to be putting the chair to the side. I want to wait for it to dry completely before I show you the results. Next up, our beloved vintage thrifted chair. I'm gonna gently scrub the wooden areas and the cane webbing backing on the chair using the steam along with the circular brush. This is perfect for the cane webbing because you want to be very gentle whatever you do with it because I don't want it to break. Just in case there are some of you watching worry that I'm using steam on wood, that it might warp or make it dull looking, let me explain to you why I think a little bit of steam is perfect for today's project. Number one, I'm working with solid hardwood. And let's not forget, it has accumulated a lot of grime over the years, as you can see here. The heat and steam is gonna help loosen all the grime. But number two, and is my favorite feature on this Y100 UWANT tool, is that I can control how much steam comes out of the hose by pressing the button. Another reason why it was okay for me to use steam is because I wasn't really worried about the steam damaging the finish because as you could tell, the finish was already struggling. And boy, was I in for a surprise. Because let me tell you how this project took a turn. Right off the bat, what I love about the Y100 is that it's designed for real-life messes, like upholstery, cushions, spot cleaning, without needing a massive machine. So there's something I want to show you guys because I think I would call this wet sanding. I do love that you can control when the steam and how much it comes out. So that's a huge plus. I'm actually going to flip this around and show you because the finish is actually coming off. So let's wipe it off and see. Because the steamer did such a great job at removing not just the grime, but also the original finish, which again, in my case is a great thing because I have less sanding to do, I can see how beautiful the wood grain underneath is. And at this point, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be staining it or not. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, I'm using the same cleaner and process to clean the seat on the vintage chair. And even though it didn't look very dirty, the water tank told a different story. Friends, I know that this channel is not here to inspire you to clean your home, but I just have to tell you that the more I use the Y100 UWANT, the more eager I'm getting to test it on my stove. It needs a cleaning really bad. Can you guys believe I had to empty the dirty water tank 3 different times? But now the chair is ready to sand the rest of the finish off. I'm just gonna do a light sanding using 120 grit on my Surfprep sander. If you don't have bendable abrasives, you can definitely find them on Amazon. They're priced very reasonable. If you happen to stumble on a project that's similar to this one, meaning it has curves and crevices, I find that bendable abrasives can be very helpful and save you quite a bit of time. As I started to get some acetone out to clean any of the sanding dust off the chair, I started thinking, how can I get the color on the cane webbing look more cohesive without having to strip it or sand it rigorously, because again, I don't want to disturb it to the point of breaking it. I found that the more I cleaned, the better notion I got of the wood tones, which helped me think that a natural cane weaving tone next to it would look great. For that, I need to apply a few coats of Refinishing. This product contains real wood fibers, and once dried, it can be stained, in case I change my mind about its color in the future. One thing that I did differently while brushing Refinishing that is not common practice was to dilute it with water first. Why? Because I find that light coats of any sort of product that is applied over cane weaving is best. I brush a total of 3 coats, waiting 1 hour in between each one. Brushing the Refinishing saves me a lot of time over stripping, and it's easier on the cane fibers, which can turn brittle when harsh chemicals are applied. Let's finish today's project. We've chosen to leave the chair as it is in its natural state. All I'm gonna be doing is protecting the wood using this furniture butter from Walrus Oil. And please help me in the comments, which chair do you think looks better in this space specifically? The white chair or the antique chair? Let's finish it off. At this point, the chair looks cleaner, fresher, and honestly, expensive. I do like the light color tones on the cane webbing against the warm tones in the wood. I know that a lot of people don't like two-tone pieces, but I'm all for it. As you can see, the Walrus Oil furniture butter penetrates and seals the wood. It pulls out the natural wood colors and tones, locking them in permanently. It finally adds sheen and provides water protection after fully cured. We've made it to the finish line, which means that I need to make a decision. But first, let's take a quick look at how our chair looked at the beginning of the video when I found it at the thrift store. And just look at how beautiful the cane webbing and the wood look today. I wasn't even looking for a chair that day, but you know how it goes. I just love the shape, the legs, the character. It looked like the kind of chair that used to tell stories. And now let's look at the before of the white chair, in case we've forgotten how far this lady has gone. This is her now. It looks like a brand new chair. I am super impressed. If you're someone that thrifts furniture and has pets, kids, or just real life happening on your upholstery, having a spot cleaner like UWANT 100 makes projects like these way less intimidating. I'll have more info and links in the description if you want to check it out. But now comes the big question. Which chair stays? And let me know in the comments, are you team vintage thrifted chair or team modern Target chair? And also, what do you think of today's makeover? I will see you guys next time.